Hey everybody, Adam Davidson, RadCast for Thursday, June 1, 2023. Sorry to miss you yesterday. Brittany put up a post on Facebook as I was asleep saying, I think sickness has come to our house, and we thought it had. She'd been sick for a few days, and then I had some of the same symptoms, so did Cameron. Anyway, I woke up, didn't feel great, went to Cameron's kindergarten graduation. Congratulations, Cam. And a guy comes up to me and says, Adam, feeling better? Like that. So I'm glad you guys are paying attention enough to keep me accountable. And then last night I was hanging out with some friends and was talking with them about the question, if you could preach from only one psalm, what would you preach? Like if you had to choose one psalm to give a sermon from, which one would it be? And we had a little conversation about that. It didn't last long. By the way, the reason that was on my mind was because I'm supposed to be preaching this Sunday at the Springs Church in Cedar Springs, and I have to choose one psalm to preach from. And they've been looking for this for a few days now. Sorry, Greg, but it is Psalm 16. That's where we'll be. But anyway, I was thinking about that and then preparing for that and sussing out which psalm would be the text that I would use. And again, feeling better. All these things kind of stir together to get to this moment right now, which is one of my favorite short verses in Psalm 3. Listen to this. The psalmist writes, I lie down and sleep. I wake again because the Lord sustains me. One more time. I lie down and sleep. I wake again because the Lord sustains me. Very seldom do we really give credit to God for all of the automated processes that are happening in us and around us. He created a world that runs very well, except for the human factor. When our hearts get involved, things get messy. But as for the natural function of God's created order, it's pretty astounding if you think about it. Your body has all of these systems in place that tell it to go to sleep at a certain time, unless you're Cam, and then wake up at a certain time, unless you're one of the teenage boys. And there's this mechanism that he's put in place that's pretty fantastic. I was thinking about that. God, in his great mercy, has given us the rhythm of days, and he's made it so we don't have to think a whole lot about it. Sure, we have to wake up to alarms, or we have to get to bed at a good time and get our 7 or 8 hours. But isn't it amazing how God sustains us in ways that we don't even really think about unless we're paying attention? So this morning or this afternoon, as you're either waking up or in the middle of your day, or maybe as you watch in the evening, like I know often Debbie does, just think about the things that God has put into place, the natural order of the day, how the sun works its way across from one end of the tent to the other. By the way, that's how the psalmist describes the tent, the house of the sun is a tent, that God has pitched a tent for the sun. Anyway, so you can tell I've been thinking about the Psalms a lot. I lie down and sleep. Well, that's pretty amazing because sleep is awesome. I wake again because the Lord sustains me. We must remember the sustainer, that God carries us through, that he is with you today. He's been with you in every moment so far. Whether you've been aware of his presence or not, he has been with you, and he will continue to sustain you. So look to him in all things. Psalm 16 says, I know the Lord is always with me. Because he is at my right hand, I will not be shaken. Go and trust Jesus to be the one to carry you through today. That's RadCast.